Hi everybody, this is Linda Hicks with Scrap Stars Paper Crafting, and it's Sunday Paper Fun. Today we're going to make a really cute card. I'm going to be using this Cute as a Bug paper. Oh my goodness, it's so cute, isn't it? Look at all these cute little scenes. And actually I cut out a little scene that we're going to use on our card today already, but it's got, double-sided, and it's got like a basic side and then a really beautiful side. And then this one has got blackberries and strawberries with little bees, and then a quilt type thing on this side. This is the coolest. This is, you get two of each sheet of paper. This one, there is a stamp and a die cut, and you can cut out all of these images. Well, most of them. I don't think I have one for him, but you have this one, you got the little mushrooms, you got the cute little ants, and the little guy reading his book, and this pretty little lily of the valley. There's just all of these shapes are just ready to cut. And then you got the back, which is this really beautiful. I know, I wish they had more of this. I love this side. And then let's see, what else do we have? We have two sheets of this, another one that you can cut out. Now, I haven't tried, but I think maybe some of the die cuts could be cut in this. If not, you can always fussy cut them. And then there's another quilting pattern on this side. It's kind of a real summery, fun, summery one. I love, love, love the mushrooms. And at our in-person card class, we use this for our background for our shaker card that we're going to make. And I will show you the shaker card and how to make it next week. But I wanted to do this other card because it's just cute and I just love this paper. So, and then you get two sheets of this. Let's see, did I show you this one? Yeah, I already showed you that one. You get two sheets of this too, which is really nice for background scenes on your cards, or you can use it for scrapbooking. I love these little things that you can do with your scrapbooking pages. So that is the cute paper. And then I'll show you the other thing that we're going to use is the Sweet Bugs stamp set. And here's all of those dies that cut out all those images. It cuts out mushrooms, a bumblebee, and he's got there's all these cute little things too that are in there that it cuts out. And then lastly is this, we're going to use this. This is a embossing folder, and it's the new Happy Daisy, I think it's called, embossing folder. I've been using this a lot because it's just nice and springy, and it just adds, I love embossing because it just adds just that elevated step up on your card. So let's turn the camera around. We'll get started on this. There's some cutting and some measurements. So hold on as we move the camera and turn it around and make sure that we are in the camera. Let's see, we'll move that a little out of the way. Well, I guess it's fine there. Okay, so here we go. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut some white cardstock for our card. And this is like the basic cut of card. It's 5.5 by 8.5. And we're going to go ahead and cut this. Well, this first one we're going to leave this size, 5.5 by 8.5. And we're going to score it at 2 1/8. And I wanted to go through this with you so that you'd have all of the scoring measurements as you know, and so as you come back and watch this. So this card is going to flip like this and then flip back like that. Okay, now the next piece of your triple Z fold, and I've only ever done double. I don't think I've ever done a triple Z fold, so that's kind of fun. The next one will be 4 1/4. So we're going to cut this at 4 1/4. And then we need, did I do that right? No, I did not. So we're going to move on. We'll cut this at 4 1/4. Oh no, let me see here. 4 1/4. Yes, we wanted 7. We want 7. We want, yeah, maybe we do want it like this. Okay, 4 1/4. Yes, I did it right. I'm doubting myself. Okay, and then we're going to cut it at 7 1/4. And that's going to be the end part of your Z fold. Whoops, not score, but cut. Okay, and then we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Yeah. So 4 1/4. And then we're going to score it at 2 1/8. So cut it at 7. Let me do this over again because I'm first time making this card with you. 7 1/4, and we're going to score it at 4 1/4, and then 2 1/8. Okay. Oh, I cut it, but that's okay. We're going to score it. I got an extra set here that I did earlier, so we'll leave that. And then the last one we're going to cut is going to be 3 3/8. So here's your 3. We're going to count it up. 1, 2, 3. 3/8 is between 1/4 and 1/2. It's that longest line in between those two. And we're going to go ahead and cut that. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to score it at 4 1/4. Get the cutting blade out of there so I don't do that again. And then we're going to 2 1/8. We're going to score it again. So we got our 3 pieces here. So we got this piece, we got this piece, and we got our little piece here, okay? So these are our 3 pieces, and I've already just kind of bent them up a little bit. And then the next thing we're going to be cutting, but I've already pre-cut those, or I guess I could cut them again, is we're going to cut 2. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to cut for the bottom layer. I am going to cut this paper, this really pretty paper. And so the thing with this paper is you want to make sure that your visual of how the paper design is. Like this goes up and down, and then this would be across because your little plants are going up, and then you got your little strawberries and stuff. So just make sure you know which way your card is going. Hi Joyce, hi Katie, hi Heather. I'm glad you guys are watching today. So let's go ahead and cut this paper. But like I said, just make sure when you're cutting it, you have it so that it's going the right way. So it will be going up and down for your images. So the first one we're going to cut for that, and I'm not sure, let's see if we can do that. The first one we're going to cut, it is going to be the back layer, and I need 5 3/4 by, no, those are, well, let me see. Yes, I need 5 3/4 by 2 inches. So this is 5 3/4, but I want it going up and down. So we're going to go 2 inches, 2 inches, and I saved this because I didn't want to waste my paper, so I'm really having to think here as I do this. That doesn't look, yes, it is right. Oh, good. Okay, so this is going to be 5 3/8, 2 by 5 3/8. Okay, so we're going to go 5, and then we're going to count our little lines here. 1, 2, 3. Remember the 8s is halfway in between the 1/4, 3/8 is halfway in between 1/4 and a half. So we're going to cut this one this way. So we have it going this way. And we're going to cut another one. So 5 3/8 for this one. And you know, I kind of like that little bee peeking out down there, so I might turn this and cut it like this because I want it to look like it's 5 2 3/8. And we'll just have this little strip. So these two are going to go on this panel of this card here, like this, of our double Z fold card. Okay, the next piece that I need is going to be the larger piece, and that is going to be, and I might have to get my other piece of paper out, that is going to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/4. So this isn't going to make it at 4 1/8. So I'm going to have to get another little piece out because I was trying to think so that I didn't use up all my paper, but you know how that goes. So, all right, so then I'm going to get this other sheet and we're going to cut up this at 4 1/8. And then I'm going to, and I love that, look at these bees. And make sure that the direction is going the way you want it. I want it up and down. So I'm going to cut this like here. And then it's going to go at 5 and, let's see back later, 5 3/8. So again, 1, 2, 3, halfway between the 1/4 and the other. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's going to give me those little skinny lines. So we're going to put these on here like this. And like this, and it's kind of telling a story about our little, let's see, I think this goes that way better. Okay, it's going to tell a little story about our design. So let's go ahead and adhere these on. And it's just a tiny little skinny line. You could have done quarters. Quarters would have worked. And another tiny little skinny line. And our last piece, which goes right here, we'll go ahead and put on. Okay. So that's our base right there. Base part of the card. Now our second part of our Z fold, we are going to put green on it, and I've already pre-cut those, but let me go over the measurements with you. This one is of the middle layer, and it is 4 1/8 by 2 7/8. We're going to put this right here, and if you notice, I got a little fancy. That's where I used my Happy Daisy embossing. I just think it just makes a little extra, I don't know, I just love embossing. I just think it elevates your card. So, and it's just so easy to do since you have, you know, these embossing folders are so pretty. I'm going to put that one on. Then you need 2 of them at this size, and this size is 2 by 4 1/8. But we need, so you can go like right here on each side. So we'll go ahead and put those on. I think I got that one on real straight, but we'll straighten it out here in a second. Okay, I'll get this one lined up with this one. Sometimes having that liquid glue works really well, just because not only because you've embossed, but it gives you a little wiggle room so you can kind of make it go where it needs to go. All right, So we got these all lined up really nice. That's our second layer to the Z fold. And then for our third layer, which is the little layer, we are going to go ahead and stamp. And let's get the stamp out here from that Sweet Bugs stamp set. And I'm going to use the Hello Friend. So let's grab that out. Look at all these things that you can do with this. I love it when you get lots of pieces, lots of options to do with your stamps. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. And I don't see my black Memento anywhere. So you know what? I think we'll just go ahead and use the Old Olive ink pad. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp Hello Friend up here at the top. Let's make sure we get it nice and juicy. And then I'm going to stamp it. Let's make sure I stamp it straight. Looks good. Okay. So then I'm going to start attaching my pieces. I have another piece that I can put on here. I can put this piece here because what we're going to do is I had a cutout here somewhere, or I can put this piece here. I might use this piece just because I cut this out. Now this piece is part of the paper, but it comes in this, let me show you. Comes on this side of the paper, but on the other side is all those cards that you can use. So I cut out this piece because I don't think I'm going to use this for anything. These scenes I probably will use for different things, but so I use the back of that paper. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with that. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that on here, and then the magic is going to start happening. And then I fussy cut. Sorry, I did fussy cut. You can use some of the shapes that are that the die cuts come with, but I fussy cut this cute little scene where they're drinking tea. And I think I have an older stamp, as you know. I have a lot of older stamps that says something about tea. So I'm thinking I'm going to go Hello Friend, and then I'll put maybe over here something about let's have some tea, or you know, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on dimensionals. So let me grab some dimensionals here. And if you notice, it kind of tucks out on the sides a little bit. Not too much because it's pretty close in it, but I just want to make sure that I don't get my sticky dimensionals too far out so that they stick off on the sides. This is such a cute card to go with this paper. Okay, and I'm going to put one in the middle just to make sure and get all my little sticky things off. And I should have brought down, there's a really cool trick where you take your pick a tool and you just stab it and take each one of those little layers off. Makes it so nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my little scene here. They're like in the forest having a little tea party. Okay, and so then I'm going to start adhering my 3 layers together. So the first thing I'm going to do is get adhesive, and I'm going to really adhesive it up, and I'm going to line this one in the middle like that and press it down. And then this one I'm going to fold and put just on the edge of here some adhesive. I'm going to go ahead and fold this shut and then fold this over. Now this is your first part of your C fold. See how cute that is? Then this one I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive right here on this, and I'm going to just make sure this is lined up even in this cute little square like that. And then I'm going to fold this down. Yes, this is one of those thick cards, darn it, but make sure you don't get your adhesive over here on the side. You just want to do it on the outside because you've got little, it pops out. So you don't want to get adhesive on this side at all. You want to get it just on the edge. And then I'm going to fold it, and here is your Z fold. See how there's like 3 layers? This is a triple Z fold. Isn't this cute? Somebody will love it, but like I said, it will cost you a little extra in postage, especially because I had to emboss it too. Sorry about that, guys. And of course, you can add some cute little jewels. Don't forget about Wink of Stella. That's always fun to add on here. You could kind of like make those little mushrooms. See, they're on a mushroom. You could make the little mushrooms kind of glitter a little bit, like they're 3-dimensional. Maybe like they're little cups that are lilies. And then just maybe even little spots of glitter here and there on their mushroom, because it's just magical. Okay, so that's today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll go over the instructions again, just so that you know how to get the cutting guide. You need 3 layers of white. That would be 5.5 by 8.5, and you score it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/8. Or vice versa, 4 1/8 and then 2 1/8. Okay, then the next one is the next cut is 4 1/4 by 7 1/4, and you score that at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. All of the scoring is going to be the same no matter what size it is, so that it lays nice and flat. And the last one is 3 3/8 by 6 by 6 3/8, and you score it again at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. And then your layers, the back layer, which is this layer back here, is 2 by 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. No, that's wrong. I'm sorry. Let's start again. The back layer is 2 by 5 3/8, and you need 2 of those. That's these long strips here on each side of your card. And then the back layer would be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Now you can modify this so that you have a little wider white space and not do the 8s. That's entirely up to you if that's what you want to do. The middle layer would be, you need 2 of those, and that's these 2 that I embossed. And those are at 2 by 4 1/8, and you need 2 of those. And then you need a larger one that is at 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. And your front layer, which is just this little white strip here, the only thing you need to really do, unless you want to do more, I could do another one here, but I'm going to write my message in here, is you would need a 2 by 3 1/4 for this little green piece here. So I hope you had fun watching, and I hope you like the card, and I'd love to see you guys post your cards if you make them. If you follow me and you like what you see and you do make the cards, post them. I'd love to see your cards. So happy Sunday, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.